Hi, my name is Joseph Delaplante. I'm Chief Investment Officer for Nomad Royalty Company. Nomad is a precious metals royalty and streaming company listed on the TSX and New York Stock Exchange, or the ticker symbol NSR. And we're building a portfolio of low risk, high return investments. We are a team of individuals that have come together to start Nomad, and we're tremendously experienced in our field of precious metals royalty and streaming, having built another royalty company before. And that's very important for our shareholders who will benefit from this growth through the growth in our cash flow per share and net asset value per share as we continue to execute on our growth plan. We're a young team, a new generation team, working very hard to continue to grow our business. And this is a very unique opportunity for shareholders to come into the ground floor of a new royalty company, something that doesn't happen every year or even every 5 years. And we're very excited to bring you on this journey as we grow our business. As a company, we do not need to own operations in order to get revenues from gold and silver from mines throughout the world. And we do that by having contracts with these mines called royalty contracts or streaming contracts that give us the right to a percentage of the metal from these mines as and when they produce. As a matter of fact, we have 6 employees today, and that's not going to change whether we have 15 royalties in the portfolio, as is the case currently, or if that increases to 40. And so what it allows us to do is have a very high profit margin within our business. We currently sit with profit margins of 90%. That's a very meaningful number when you consider the overall profit margins in the overall mining space. And what it allows us to do is to pay out a high dividend. And Nomad has currently the highest dividend yield in the precious metal royalty space at 2.5%. But it also allows us to reinvest that cash flow coming in into new opportunities to continue and pursue our growth. And that's opportunity to have the growth as well as the dividend represents a really good value creation vehicle. And that is what allows to deliver the high returns that we see in the royalty space and that we've seen over the last 10 years, and certainly the ones that we expect to deliver to our shareholders in the coming years. Another area where we're continuing to execute on our plan is we recently announced a new listing on the New York Stock Exchange. Listing in the US is a very meaningful event for our business. It's something that we've wanted to do from day one since listing. What we expect it will do is open up an entirely new pool of investors who are looking to invest in companies like Nomad, and we expect it will have a very meaningful impact on our volume and our valuation as we grow our US presence over the next months and years. In fact, we've recently seen in the last couple of years some of our peers having listed in the US and seen very dramatic increases in their volume and overall liquidity. It's a very important milestone for us. We're very proud to have achieved it. And it's a really good time if you're in the US to now be looking at Nomad because you have access to trade our stock on the main board on the New York Stock Exchange. We recently announced a second acquisition of the Caserones royalty. We had announced the first acquisition early in May. We've now increased our overall exposure to this royalty. So our total dollars invested at this point are just over $50 million for a 0.63% royalty, one that's been producing since 2014. It has a 17-year mine life. Once they're up and running, the operators are incentivized to continue and explore to increase the size of their deposits. And that really generates high returns over time. Keep in mind, we own a royalty. We don't have to further invest to have exposure to all of that upside. And we do it in a way that's really low risk. We don't have exposure to the operating costs of the operation, only the revenues. This is a great way the royalty model can deliver that low risk, high return profile and what makes royalty companies really good investments. And growth through transactions is really how you, the investor, benefit from an investment in a company like ourselves. And that's what we are singularly focused on. And in fact, following the acquisition of the Caserones royalty, we recently announced that we have increased our credit facility. So we initially had a $75 million credit facility. That's been increased to $125 to $150 million. And we also have $25 million on the balance sheet. All in all, we're very well positioned, very confident that we are in a very good place in the mining and the royalty space right now to capture that deal flow within the $25 to $100 million range something that is not as coveted in the royalty space because the big companies are focused on very large transactions, and it means that we don't have as much competition within this space. And it's the reason why we think we can grow very quickly with the financial capacity that we have and continue to grow the business and deliver value to shareholders. We're delivering the highest dividend yield in the overall precious metal royalty space, and we're really well positioned to continue to grow. So it's a very good time to look at Nomad for your portfolio. So with that, for investors looking for more information, we will be traveling to the Denver Gold Forum in the coming weeks, and we'll be meeting with investors. And keep an eye out for our new New York Stock Exchange listing. We will begin trading tomorrow on August 31st. And very pleased to be bringing you this update today. Thank you very much.